The college football experience, Stanford Cardinals 2022 season preview episode on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network, presented by WynnBET. Bet $100 at WynnBET and get $100 free bet. Head over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WynnBET. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WYNNBET to claim your free bet today. We're also brought to you by IPVanish. IPVanish is the official VPN of SGPN, and they're offering 70% off if you go to IPVanish.com/SGP. That's IPVanish.com/SGP. We're also brought to you by Draft Day 2.0. Yes, make sure to check out Draft Day 2.0 starting August 9th at noon Pacific, where Ryan Real Money Kramer will begin drafting for 24 straight hours. Yes, the fantasy football marathon will raise money for Daryl, a loyal listener who was injured in a motorcycle accident. So head over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/draft day for more details. Draft Day 2.0 coming to you soon.
Hey, what's up, you degenerate gamblers? This is Bill Burr, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride, baby.
Yes, yes, yes. Woo-wee. Welcome to the college football experience. Stanford Cardinal 2022 season preview episode. My name is Kobe Swinging Database Dan, aka Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
I smoke and I drink and I don't have stress and I'm healthy.
Dundee went to the land down under and locked up Stanford on the under last year, and that thing came cashing the fuck in. But I like Stanford, and I want them to bounce back. I am joined by my co-host. He likes them. Give it up for former JMU Duke defensive back, the burrito eating, sideline kiss stealing, wheeling and dealing. Patty C in the place to be.
Hi, up.
Yes. Stanford Cardinal football. Yeah, we love it. Yeah. Go to the farm. Stanford fans, please support football. Patty C. This is a rich program. I mean, should I just
Fire it up?
This is the Stanford Cardinal, aka quarterback U.
Bold statement, but
Well, Jim Plunkett might have something to say about it. John Elway might have something to say about it.
hey yo.
Babe Laufenberg might have something to say about it. Todd Husak might have something to say about it. Andrew Luck might have something to say about it. Davis Mills might have something to say about it. I'm probably forgetting 30 others.
Tavita Pritchard might have something to say
There
about
you
it.
go. There you go. I mean, Steve Stenstrom. There we go. Let's go deep.
And now,
Do we look?
Tanner McKee, does he have something to say about
I think he might. But how about the amount? I mean, look, I don't give a shit about race, right?
it? Yeah.
But I find it hilarious the amount of white running backs that have came out of Stanford. All right.
Yeah.
You know, I could care less about race, but Tommy Vardell.
Yeah. Toby Gerhardt.
Christian McCaffrey, and I still think I'm forgetting one.
There may be
I
another.
still think I'm forgetting one from the 90s.
But that's probably like 3 of the top 5 white running backs over the last 30 years have come out of Stanford. Look, they are weird. I don't know why that happens, but I mean, it's not like those guys are like, I mean, they have it to their credit.
Brad Muster. I knew I was forgetting one.
Wow, I didn't realize he was a Stanford guy. I'll say this. Barry Sanders Jr., right? Emmitt Smith. So they're starting to change their MO and go after some
But you lose
royalty.
enough, you're like, all right, enough with these white guys. Right?
Actually, those are like their best guys. I feel like McCaffrey.
They should get the all white team.
They should have gone and gotten who's the guy Clemson right now, the running back.
Oh, I know you're talking about. I'm drawing a blank, but I know
Will Shipley.
Shipley. Yeah, there we go. But this is John Ritchie, another one that got drafted, fullback.
See a Stanford head?
Stanford guy.
Gosh.
I mean, this program though produces. They've actually done a great job producing talent.
You know what it is?
John Lynch, Glenn Milburn. You know, you go on and on. James Lofton, Toy Cook, Ed McCaffrey, Father McCaffrey, Lester Archambault was a good defensive end for the Atlanta Falcons. You go through the ranks here. Troy Walters, a wide receiver, was a monster in college.
They're far more talented than most people think they are. You know, I think most people think of Stanford and they think academic restrictions on recruiting, but they do pretty darn well. You know?
Yeah. I mean, this is one we've talked about forever, and I would challenge the audience, mainly not the audience, but the Stanford Cardinal fans, is to put your money up. Let's get the football program going. You know, we just see USC say fuck you to the rest of the Pac-10. You know, life can exist after USC with the Pac-10, especially if they go and grab San Diego State and some other schools. But if Stanford just says, you know what, we're going to invest in football. Yeah. That's all it takes. Like, people do not realize the amount of money, the amount of like NIL Stanford could be the best team, and they could be a top 5 team every year.
I agree. I mean, the teams that like are competing, I mean, there are academic restrictions that on the players Stanford can get.
So I'm saying make majoring in football something
there
you can go.
There you go. Football Factory Stanford. I do think though you're right that they're already on a very short list without like a full cultural and financial investment for those top players that are also academically elite, I would say.
Yeah.
With Notre Dame, probably who else? Michigan on a national scale competing for some of those guys.
Yeah.
But who I don't know, maybe Texas, a couple like
Harvard.
Yeah, but
I don't think Texas. No.
Texas, I feel like Texas could probably attract, just based on its academic reputation, some super high end academic / football quality guys.
Maybe Kevin Hogan, by the way, another quarterback that recently was drafted.
There you go, Northern Virginia guy.
Yeah. Yeah. Either way, I mean, I really think this program has the potential to blow up, and it would be an investment. The university would make money. So to me, if they're so smart, Patty C, because I can say this, normally, like if you see how much money these higher end institutions in college football make.
Yeah. Well,
it makes a lot of sense to invest.
They have so much money they don't care.
Yeah, I know.
They want their reputation to be academics first. And so if football takes away from that, I'm
still saying academics, but you can go out with your NIL deal. You can pretty much beat. They're like the richest university in the fucking nation.
Yeah.
You can beat anybody.
Right. And you wonder what Stanford would be if they went back up and started playing big boy football. Probably a lot like Stanford is, or Harvard. I meant what Harvard would be, but yeah, Stanford is. They're elite, and they're really, I would say, with Notre Dame as the only two teams that because I feel like Michigan will allow some, you know, they don't have quite the same academic standard on their football players. And I feel like Stanford has an even higher academic standard than Notre Dame does. I think they're kind of in a league of their own in terms of like what they require of their football players and the quality of football player that they're getting. Well,
and I know that transfer portal, like they haven't really brought in, like they've been really, people wonder what happened. Stanford was rolling with David Shaw, you know, 2 losing seasons in 3 years. They schedule absolutely fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I had them rated as the #1 hardest schedule in college football last year. That's why I smashed the under, and that's why I hit the under. We'll get to that in a minute. And also the transfer portal, they have one guy coming in this year, but over the past couple of years, they haven't had anybody.
Also, they just haven't been able to get the same explosive players. Like when they had guys like Ty Montgomery, that's a legit like 4.3 guy that jumped off the screen. You're like, holy crap, they got speed too to go along with that pro style, smash the ball with Wisconsin stuff. And that's like every team that does that thing. whether it's Wisconsin, Iowa, basically any white guy football team, if you can throw some speed on the edges, then all of a sudden you become a dangerous team. They haven't had that recently.
Still though, if they wanted to, they're coming off a 3-9 season, right? They played 12 Power Fives last year.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What are you doing to yourself?
Yeah. I mean,
that is harder than anything. And might I add in a 3-game road stretch, then a 2-game road stretch. I mean, that's just unbelievable.
A 3-game road stretch.
Yes.
Jeez, a flip. Yeah, that's not going to get it done. If you're really trying to be a competitive, team that goes deep and has a shot at a conference championship and then B, maybe even bigger things, you got to stop doing that. And the fact that they were able to maintain their high level against those odds is very, very impressive. But lo and behold,
if you go back to 19, I'm not using COVID because that season was weird. You go back to 19, they had a 4-8 season. They had 11 Power Fives and their 12th game was at UCF.
Yeah.
They are scheduling absolutely fucking crazy. And unfortunately, if I'm David Shaw, you got to sit there and be like, what are we doing, guys?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
What are we trying to accomplish as a program?
And here's my point is that, look, they beat Oregon last year. They beat USC. They beat Vanderbilt. If you had just laid a couple cupcakes in there, you would have been bowling.
Yeah.
Like, I know they have the 9-game conference schedule. Obviously, you'd probably want it to be 8 if you were Stanford, but still. All right, at least you'd be fringe bowling. If you have two more, if you have two cupcakes in there.
Right.
I commend them. I think it's fantastic. If you're a Stanford fan, this is great.
You give yourself a little break aside from getting
actually.
What's that?
I said, if you're a Stanford fan, this is great because you play all these great teams. But no, it's not.
It's not. You'd rather have a cupcake.
Yeah, and it's a loaded deck against you from the start before the ball ever kicks.
Yeah, 9-game conference slate, and then this year 2 out of 3 hard non-conference, very hard non-conference games. Last year 3 out of 3, like you said.
Yeah, I mean, shit. I'd say the past 2 full seasons, not including COVID, you're pretty much playing 24 Power 5 teams. I'm counting UCF there, but
yeah, when you do that, even if you're having an elite season, I think the ceiling should
I just
be
think wear
like
and tear.
9-3. I think even Alabama would lose 2 if they're playing 12 good Power 5s.
So let's hop into this year because last year they definitely had their issues, but David Shaw is back at head coach. Patty C, what do you make of old David Shaw? 11 years in Palo Alto on the farm, 93-45. Pretty damn good record.
Yeah. I mean, amazing staff continuity. We were looking back. They both came over with Harbaugh in 2006, both he and the defensive coordinator, Lance Anderson.
Yeah. And then their OC played for them.
Pritchard played what did he start? He was playing.
He was the quarterback when they
2006.
upset Stanford. USC is like a 40-point dog.
That's right. So they've all been there for the last 16, 17 years. And they've done great, but there has been slippage, like you mentioned, 2 of the last 3 seasons losing records. Also
their philosophy. They were like a ground and pound team. Now they're kind of a finesse team, and we'll get to that because, Patty C alluded to this, but Tavica Pritchard, their former quarterback, now their offensive coordinator, he's back. They were 113th in scoring offense, 126th in rush offense. Well, hold on, wait.
Well, I don't get.
Stanford 126 in rush offense.
Yeah.
Suddenly they're the least physical team in the Pac-12 North.
Unbelievable. That is a tide turning right there.
That is very
they
much.
had been almost the exclusive power football team in the Pac-12 there for a little bit.
That's what I'm saying. Before, when you were able to play some power football,
and you hung in with the best college football team
You
in the
had-
land.
but now
It's easy to see a tide turn.
There you go. Cal is more physical. Oregon's more physical.
I'd say short of Washington State, maybe.
Yeah, Oregon State's more physical.
Yeah,
would you say?
definitely.
Yeah,
and Washington's definitely more physical.
yeah. Stanford. The Stanford sissies.
Got to get
Who'da
it
thunk
going. 81st in pass offense a year ago, charting at 122 overall. Yeah. But once again, these stats are diluted. You played 12 Power 5s. when Auburn or when Ohio State or when I don't know whoever, when they're playing, Central Arkansas, and the Ohio Bobcats, you can really pad your stats.
Oh yeah, when Florida did nothing last year, but hung like 70 on Samford,
you can pad your stats. 12 Power Fives. I feel like these numbers would be a lot better had they had a couple cupcake games.
Yeah.
But get this: 10 of 11 starters back on offense. Your entire offensive line is back. So yes, that was an issue last year. Tanner McKee, their star quarterback, who some say might be the first quarterback off the board next year. Entire offensive line, your running back. Yes, Nathaniel Pete is your one guy you lost. He transferred to Missouri, but EJ Smith, son of Emmitt Smith, is their projected starting running back. They got their wide receivers back, a lot led by Elijah Higgins. Tight end Benjamin Yurosek is back. I mean, the offense should be a lot better.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of preseason all conference, three of the 5 linemen are projected as either third or fourth team, and then like you said, the tight end is second team. So 2 wide receivers on the preseason all conference team. So Tanner McKee, who is the highest probably ceiling or from a draft perspective of all of them, is one of the few that isn't getting preseason all conference love. That in the running back position, like you said, but you said EJ Smith.
I saw him get some hype,
getting a little
emerging stars, top 20 emerging stars.
A little taller than his pops. His dad was 5'9". He's 6 feet tall. I feel like that happened with Barry Sanders Jr. too. He was a little taller. We'll see if.
I mean, the offense has to be better.
Yeah, you would think.
I guarantee you, statistically, it'll be better because they play an FCS game. All right.
There you go.
Defensively, Lance Anderson, Patty C alluded to, still the DC. 7 starters back on defense, 106th in scoring defense, 127th in rush defense.
Soft on both sides of the ball.
Yes, 45th in pass defense, charting at 114 in total defense. Man, what is going on on the farm? 1 of 4 back on the D line, led by sophomore Stephen Herron. I also, their highest rated recruit coming in is David Bailey on the edge. I think he might start. Keep an eye out on him. Their entire linebacking core is back, led by Lavani Demooney, and 3 of 4 back in the secondary, led by Kyu Blu Kelly. Kyu Blu Kelly. Their kicker and punter are back, Patty C. And guess what? I'll just get to it right now. They're 3 of 4 back in the secondary, but it's basically in a way kind of 4 of 4 because they are bringing in free safety Pat Fields from Oklahoma, the lone transfer in like the past 300 years to Stanford football.
That helps get a little reinforcement.
What do you make of this team?
Well, I think you're right. I think the entire offensive line coming back, the quarterback, assuming that he gets a little bit better, and then I know Nathaniel Pete going to Missouri hurts, but I do think the offense as a whole is going to be better. The defensive backfield, like you said, experienced. Front 7 an issue on defense, though. Based on how hard that schedule is,
11 Power 5s in an FCS.
I don't know if bowling is a realistic goal here, but 4.5 is the number here.
Yeah. I mean, let's get to it in a second. But first, let me get us paid. I want to tell you that the college football experience, Stanford Cardinal 2022 season preview episode, is brought to you by WinBet. Bet $100 at WinBet and get a $100 free bet. Head over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WinBet. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/WYNNBET to claim your free bet today. We're also brought to you by IPVanish. IPVanish is the official VPN of SGPN, and they're offering 70% off if you go to IPVanish.com/SGP. That's IPVanish.com/SGP. We're also brought to you by Draft Day 2.0. Yes, Ryan Real Money Kramer, August 9th, noon. All right. Ryan Real Money Kramer of the Sports Gambling Podcast will be drafting for 24 straight hours in the fantasy football marathon that you need to check out. They're going to be raising money for Daryl, who's been a loyal listener of SGPN, who was injured in a motorcycle accident. So we're wishing Daryl the best, and we're going to try to raise some money for him. So head over to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/draft day for more details. We're also brought to you by Odds Trader. You're probably wondering, hey, what is this Odds Trader thing? Odds Trader is a place to compare odds from all the major sports books You can compare the different sign up codes and promo codes from sportsbook to sportsbook to get the best available deal. The app gives you player statistics, key game stats, injury reports, projected game day weather, all the good stuff that you need. It also tracks all of your bets so bettors can keep records of all your games and your betting activity on the fly. It's just fantastic. Go to oddstrader.com/Blue Wire. That's OddsTrader, the #1 site for all your game day bets. All right, Patty C, we are back talking Cardinal football. Shout out, if you're watching on YouTube, shout out to the graphics department. Even though they messed up and said Cardinals, it's Cardinal. But
the color.
They did a good job. Subscribe on YouTube because, the college football experience going through all 131 teams. We do this every year. Also subscribe to the college basketball experience. So we're rocking. Patty C, I got to talk about the portal. They brought in a safety from Oklahoma. That is substantial for them. However, they lost defensive end Joshua Pakula to Fresno State, running back Austin Jones to USC, running back Nathaniel Pete to Missouri, linebacker Gabe Reed to Utah, defensive end Andres Fox to Fresno State, running back Houston Humalaya to BYU, defensive end Trey LaBounty to the portal, defensive lineman Ryan Johnson to Northwestern, and running back Justice Woods to the portal. They clearly lost the portal, even though they finally landed somebody.
I mean, if you're only bringing one guy in, even if it is an Oklahoma guy, that's an L.
They can't do it. They can't do it. And this is going to be an L every year we do it because until they, I don't know how
it's
you're going to
be
do it.
Interesting to see. I don't know what the ruling was or if they've even made a decision on that about letting teams oversign and give a bunch of scholarships out. Obviously, the restriction on the number of players on the sideline you would think would be a factor.
It's just chaos right now.
But if you're able to, they have enough money, where they could have a billion guys on scholarship if they want, and even if they lose the transfer portal every year, they should be fully stocked. But if not, they're going to be losing.
Yeah, it's tough. Talk to me about recruiting rankings.
Recruiting, Stanford is surprising how good they are. Last 5 cycles, 40, 21, 22, 48, and 27. So a little inconsistency, sitting at 27 this year as well. During the current cycle within the conference, that's 7-3, 7-2. And then their 4-year composite has hovered between 18 and 25 nationally and 2-5 within the conference. Obviously, last couple of years they haven't played up to that. So you would like to see an improvement, but they are like a fringe top 25 or even inside the top 25 recruiting team most of the time, which is kind of shocking. It's not their reputation, they don't seem like, but if you look, I mean,
well, a degree from Stanford means a lot in this world.
It does. I mean, they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 4-stars last year signed. So they keep doing that. There is some talent in that cupboard.
There you go. All right. Well, like I said, subscribe on YouTube. You'll see the sweet ass graphic here. 4.5 wins is what Las Vegas is saying. On first reaction, Patty C, do you think 5 wins is doable for David Shaw and company?
Well, let's see if David Shaw is the Pat Fitzgerald of the Pac-12. Does he follow bad seasons with good seasons? Obviously, before it had just been good season after good season. Then he finally had a clunker. Rebounded nicely during COVID, 4-2, but then another clunker. So depending on what we have this year, we'll see. But I think they are, I'm going to give you credit. A few years back, you said they're on the downslide, and I think that's going to continue.
Look, I want to see them good. Yeah, I wasn't saying that out of like, hey, I want them to be bad. No, I just think they're on the downslide.
I think so far you've been proven right.
Week 1. Hey, shout out to whoever does their schedule. Put a cream puff there, please. The Colgate Raiders. This game, they're coming on a far trip to play Stanford. Coming to the farm.
5-6 last year with a 51-0 loss to Boston College.
Getting smart though. You need more of these games.
Yes.
All right.
1-0 Stanford.
If you did this and added Kent State, actually Kent State would be a little bit dangerous, but yes, it'd still be better than what you did with Notre Dame and BYU. So you got to 1-0, right?
Yeah.
1-0, and then this is a new segment we're doing for the game on the schedule that really hits home the best, Patty C. I call it our Sling game of the year. This is a long rivalry, Stanford and USC. That is week 2 when USC comes. And with that, I will read to you guys our Sling game of the year. It's college football season, which means you need the unbeatable coverage of Sling TV. Starting at $35 a month, Sling has all the big games on the biggest channels like ESPN, ESPN2, ESPN3, SEC Network, ACC Network, Fox, and the Big Ten Network, all for the best price. You can stream on any device, record up to 50 hours with included DVR space and pause, or change your service at any time. Check out sling.com for special offers. Sling, the live TV you love for a price you'll love. Try us today at Sling. Patty C, this is our game of the year for us because for some reason Stanford gives USC fits.
They do. 9 of the last 14 have gone Stanford's way.
And USC basically said "fuck you" to the rivalry by joining the Big Ten. They could care less about their fans, the history of this game. They've been playing each other since 1905. I think it's a great USC and UCLA put a big target on their back, and like we alluded to, Stanford's won what 5 of the past 8.
Man, if they just chuck this, it is 5 of the last 8. Yep,
5 of the last 8 the Cardinal have won. Patty C, this is on the farm. Stanford, USC has Rice week 1.
I was at this game last year. This is the one that got Helton fired.
Yeah.
This was talking about a dead crowd at USC. Stanford on the farm though, you're right. Although, no, how have they done on the farm? They've won 2. I guess Santa Clara, is that considered the farm?
No.
Why did that? They
no,
played there
that was the Pac-12 championship.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
But on the farm, the last time they played on the farm, they won 17-3. Stanford did. The game before that, they beat USC 27-10. The game before that, USC won 13-10. The game before that, Stanford won 21-14. The game before that, Stanford won 37-35. So really, USC's won. Yeah.
Man, I don't know if I see that trend continuing, but it's early for USC to be trying to gel.
They are catching them at a good spot.
Yeah, the road trip. Should we have a little fun? Should we give
Who's
Stanford
the better quarterback?
Ooh, that's a good question. I would say Caleb Williams is the better quarterback, but I think Tanner McKee may be further along, especially with that offense. I don't know. I'm not gonna. Maybe we should pick Stanford here, though.
History tells us we should take the Cardinal.
Yeah, let's
even
do it.
Last year.
I'll do it. I'm gonna have a little fun. I'll throw Stanford a bone here. I don't know if I'm gonna do it when we do the USC preview. I give the Stanford fans something to have fun with.
Oh man, I'm not taking it.
Live a little. No, you don't have to take it.
1-1. They get a bye week. That's another thing that sucks. Is they get their bye week here. They have to go through this gauntlet, and they get their bye week in week 3.
Yeah,
terrible. What
Why?
Athletic director? What are you doing? Then they head to Husky Stadium. Kalen DeBauer, Michael Penix, the Huskies. I got that as an L.
They went 4-8 last year. They weren't much. What was the score of this game last year?
I think they got smacked by Washington.
Washington beat them 20-13 in Stanford. So I guess in Seattle you got to go Washington again. You got them at 1-2. I got them at 2-1.
They got back-to-back away here. They head to Autzen.
Haven't they been a little bit of a thorn in
they have
Oregon side?
They have last year being one of them. They're what kept Oregon out of the CFP essentially.
Wow. This is actually a pretty decent series here. Almost in fact, I think Stanford has the lead if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So Sports Reference again always missing some of them, but 47-34 in Stanford's favor. So I'm gonna
all time. It's actually 49-35.
Aha, gotcha. So
in Stanford's favor. Yeah.
There we go. So this is a pretty significant advantage. 15 games, almost 14 games. Still second end of a back-to-back road trip going to Autzen. I got to go Oregon here too. I don't know though. He's getting Lanning early in his tenure. So 2 new coaches in Pac-12 play.
Who does Oregon have the week before? Washington State and Pullman. I don't know, man. I'm taking Oregon.
Oregon has a tough early part of that schedule. Look, I'm going to take Oregon too, but Stanford. There's a couple factors that make it possible for Stanford to fare better in these games than you would think they would.
All right. Well, October 8th, my Beavers come to town. We go listen to our Oregon State preview. I am on the Beavers winning this game.
Man, what happened in this one last year? This was 35-14 in Corvallis in favor of Oregon State. Guess you got to say the same, even though it's in Stanford this year. I don't know if I have them 0-3 in that stretch, but I do feel like the USC game was a little bit of a gift. So probably 2-3 at this point in the season.
I'll even join you on that.
All right.
They get a second one somehow.
Yeah.
2-3 by October 15th, where they play in South Bend at Notre Dame.
Dude, that 4-game stretch at Washington, at Oregon, hosting Oregon State, and then at Notre Dame.
The game before that is USC also. So
yeah. Good Lord. Okay. So that's probably a loss at Notre Dame.
Yes.
Although another first-year coach in the first half of his first season.
Who do they get before Stanford?
Notre Dame gets
BYU. They could get a little bit of a body blow.
That's true.
I'm taking Notre Dame, buddy.
It's
2-4
road trip. Yeah.
Home to Arizona State. This is one they could get, but I still think Arizona State's better.
I'm giving Stanford another one. 3.
I'm not.
No.
I just think Arizona State's more talented.
Well, these Arizona State beat them 28-10 last year. I don't know why I would take that. I guess I got to go Arizona State. I feel like I want to root for Stanford to return to where they were, but last year does not give any indication. Plus, you said 9 out of the 10 are back on offense. It's not like they're infusing like. Yeah. I mean that's gonna lead to what you would think would be a incremental improvement, but it's not like they're adding Michael Vick to the equation here.
I'll say, okay, I don't know. I mean, after Arizona State, they're at UCLA.
That's probably a loss too.
The schedule's insane, dude.
UCLA beat them in a decent game last year, 35-24 on the farm. I'm gonna give them one of Stanford and UCLA, or Arizona State and UCLA. So I'll have them at 3-5 with 4 games left.
I don't.
All right.
I don't. They're home to Washington State, Stanford Stadium. I'll say this: between Arizona State home game and Washington State home game, they'll get a 3rd win.
There you go. I'll give them a 4th win against Washington State.
I actually like what Washington State. Watch out for Cameron Ward, folks. Then that's going to be the quarterback of Wazoo, if you didn't know. Then they head to Rice Eccles.
Most likely a loss there. What have they done? I mean, 52-7 last year in Stanford. Gosh, Stanford sucked last year. Sorry, Cardinal fans. You guys weren't that good.
They get a back-to-back away here. They're at Cal Memorial Stadium, the greatest ending in college football history back in '82.
Another 30-point loss last year.
I got Cal.
Yeah, on the road.
Yeah, and especially after a body blow from Utah.
Yeah, back-to-back road. And then you finish up
with another body blow, BYU at Stanford Stadium. I'm on the under.
3-9 for you.
Yeah.
I'll call 4-8, but yeah, I'm on the under as well.
I'm on the under. I mean, that's with you giving them a USC win.
Yeah. 3-9 probably is.
Invest in football. It's a great business model. All right. Worked out well for the NFL, right?
It's kind of hard to hate on them and say they're not invested when they're pulling in top 25 recruiting classes. You know,
invest more.
Yeah.
You have resources.
How about invest in a different athletic director who's going to be a little nicer on you? You know, hey, chalk it up to supporting local athletics. Go play. Who are the FCS teams nearby? UC Davis.
Yeah, UC any of those. I mean, like Sacramento State.
Yeah.
You could play San Diego.
Help fund Bay Area football.
Eastern Washington.
And give yourself a W in the process.
Idaho Vandals.
Right.
Idaho State Bengals.
It's Stanford. It's their superiority thing. It's they want to say
Portland State.
They want to have something. I mean, think about the teams that do that. USC, Notre Dame,
Stanford, and was UCLA also.
And was UCLA. All of those places have extremely high opinions of themselves. Hey, guess what? But you're not winning anything, and you could be. So take it down a notch, get off your high horse.
Agreed.
And actually try and win.
And we are rooting for you. I hope I'm wrong here. All right. But I am going to take the under in the Stanford Cardinals, folks. Subscribe to the college football experience. And also remember, subscribe to the college basketball experience. Jared Haas doing a decent job at Stanford. Let's see if you can get him into the NCAA tournament this year. Where are the fans at? I challenge anyone listening to this from the University of Stanford to show up to your fucking games. What's happening in society? Support your local college football and basketball team, folks. Also, subscribe to the college football experience and college basketball experience. And we're also on YouTube. Remember to subscribe over there. Also, check out all of our other podcasts. I mean, sports gambling podcast, already doing NFL preview for every single team. If you're a 49ers fan, if you're an Oakland Raiders, Vegas Raiders fan, whoever your team is, it's over there. Check it out. We just had Pat McAfee on the show, Mike Leach on the show. Just go listen. It was a lot of fun. And all of our other, college baseball experience. Me and Noah Beanick. Stanford keeps a good college baseball team.
Oh yeah.
Just check it out. Check it out.
California baseball, and San Francisco Giants. They love their baseball up there.
That's what I'm saying. NBA gambling podcast with Terrell Furman Jr. Warriors doing it again. Listen to that. Get the SGPN app. Hop in the Discord channel. Talk sports with us. Sports gambling. Pretty much every sporting event you could think of. Check it out. Sports Gambling Podcast /disc or sportsgamblingpodcast.com/discord. All that good stuff. And remember, youtube.com /the college experience. All right. Do it.
Boom.
Do it, folks. All right. This is the college football experience, Stanford Cardinal style. You better start thinking about yours. And we out of here.
What the fuck did I do wrong, Tom?
I smoke and I drink and I don't have stress and I'm healthy.
It's easy to see a tide turn.
Good round, you're celebrating with your appetite. Bad round, you're using your appetite to forget about the round. I'll tell you something about appetite. It's a real fucking great thing to have. Gobble, gobble. Our football team ranked in the top 10 for the last 8 years. Finally.
Nothing is over! Nothing! You just don't turn it off!